ready.
We are recording, so whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Cool. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Sunday call. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've got an awesome thing to do tonight. So this has been done by other teams, and it's been very successful in helping everybody on the team get a little more focused and understand what it takes to do this business on a consistent basis. And it also has been helping coaches just be focused and be more efficient with their time as coaches in the business. And so we're gonna do a live power hour training tonight, and I'm super excited about it. We got some diamond leaders here. They're gonna take you through a 5-minute training, and then we're gonna actually do it, what they just talked about, for 10 minutes. And then we're gonna switch topics, do another 5 minutes, and then we're gonna actually do it for 10 minutes. So we're gonna have a timer and everything. It's gonna be boom, boom, boom. But you're actually going to do a power hour, and then you can take this into your business and use it going forward. So a couple quick things about a power hour. One, it doesn't necessarily have to be an hour. Okay, it can be 2 hours. It can be 45 minutes. It can be whatever you need to click off things on your list of things that you need to do on a daily basis. And what we're going to cover tonight are the essential things that you should be doing. Okay. Number two, you want to be consistent about scheduling this, and I know that not everybody has a normal job. My power hour is not going to be the same every day because of my schedule, but if you do have a normal schedule, scheduling this around the same time every day will really help you. And again, it should be a focused time where you're just focused on the business, no other distractions. You're not scrolling through Facebook, you're not looking at videos on YouTube. You're focused on doing these activities in your business. Okay, so we're going to start the first segment, and this is with Kayla. I'm going to start our 5-minute timer here, and Kayla is going to talk to you about planning posts and what she does in the first couple 5, 10, 15 minutes of her power hour. So take it away, Kayla.
Okay, so what I do, I'm keeping a timer here too. Okay, so first off, and this should be for everything that you do with your power hour, turn off your distractions. Everything. Like, number one, you want to turn off your distractions. Tell your family, I need this hour, that's what I got to do. And everything else, emails, messages, pop-ups, anything that can all get to at a later date or a later time. So as you start working on your social media, this is to basically create a presence online so that you can bring in your cold market. That's the whole point. You want ultimately your posts to target the people you would like to attract. The people you would like to attract are really just an extension of you. So you want to be able to share, obviously, what your health and fitness journey is all about, what you're doing. And you also want to be able to share things that are of interest to you, what makes up you, because those are the people that are going to connect to you the most. Here's the thing, with everything with Beachbody, if you do not know what to post, you do not have to reinvent the wheel. So this is for everything that we do in this company. So my recommendation, because I think that most people don't necessarily know what to post, is go to the people who are doing it. So go to top coaches, some that I follow, Trina Gray, Janelle Summers, Michelle Myers. You can, there's Brandy Botts. I actually, now that I've met Coach Jimmy, and like, he is so badass on his posts and like really blunt. And I like that. I like that vibe. So I follow him now. Find those top coaches you relate to. Follow them on Facebook, follow them on Instagram. Maybe they happen to be on another outlet. You use the social media that works for you, find one or two and master it. So when you schedule your posts, you want to think of what it is that you want to put out there. It's valued content so people come back to you. Think of motivational. Sometimes we also have the themes of the day. You can think of what it is that you're doing, like what that day is, and how you can make it a theme. You know, don't overthink your posts. Just be you and just kind of follow suit of what everyone else is doing. If you stay consistent in creating those posts and putting them up there, start with like, just, if you're not very good at it right now, just start with one a day. build up to 2 a day, build up to 3 a day. Get your mindset into just posting, and you will then find out what works and what doesn't work. When you create your post, let's say we're just doing motivational, always put a call to action at the end of it. I think majority of my posts will always have a call to action. You ask them to either double tap or click like. You ask them to email you. You ask them, well, what workout are you doing today? What's your favorite? I like to do Fashion Fridays now. And I might do something about Fashion Friday. And I was like, well, what do you feel good in when you go out on a Friday night? Ask them, because you're going to create that interaction, which will ultimately help bring your cold market in. So when you start creating posts for each day, think about who it is that you want to attract and why people should follow you. And just use other coaches as a guide. So I go actually to other sites. Where did I write this down? So I go to on Insta, because Instagram is my main source for bringing in customers. I use the Good Quote a lot. I use Positive Quotes daily. And sometimes I'll just retweet things, like repost things. God Quotes. I also got from Coach Michelle today, talking to her, and she brought up InstaQuote. So it's an app that if you download the app InstaQuote, and you can just create like some, motivational words. It's got a cool background. It's got pictures. And I just tested it out today for my Black Friday special that's on Instagram right now. So pretty cool. I use A+ Signature to also add in cool little things, and just use various apps to create collages and whatnot. Pick Collage, Pick Monkey. I use Hootsuite or Buffer you can use to schedule things. And then what I also do is I take that time that you got 10 minutes coming up now, where you're going to say, okay, let me come up with 1 or 2. Find someone you're going to follow and just rewrite it your own words, put it on your phone, put it on your laptop, and copy and paste it. You've got 1 or 2 in the bag, and then you can do it again the next day. And you end up building up more and more for the week. And then just set a timer on your phone so that you're ready to go and post. Am I at about 5 minutes? Do I have more time? Okay.
You're right there. Awesome. I love all that stuff. Love it. Okay, so let's take 10 minutes right now, and let's do that. Let's plan a couple posts for tomorrow, for the week, and just work on it. Maybe save it to a Word file or something, and get ready so that during the week you can knock it out quickly. So 10 minutes, here we go, and go.
And I will tell everyone that you are more than welcome to take my pictures or rework my stuff. I give permission. So
same here. Same here. Don't share the post. Take the picture, save it, make your own. Yeah. Just over 3.5 minutes left.
Can I just say one thing I forgot to mention? I screenshot a lot of pictures. So it gives you memories of things, So just screenshot a lot of pictures. You never know when you want to use them. So sorry, I meant to say that before and I forgot.
All right, guys. That's awesome. So I've got a couple posts here. I got 5 tips for flying on Thanksgiving, traveling on Thanksgiving. That'll be posting later in the week. Those out throughout the week. And that'll give me time to also deal with anything else weird that comes up, like cat issues and stuff like that I can post about. Or fashion stuff. There were 2 ladies at my house teaching Megan how to use her current wardrobe today for like 3 hours. It was amazing. It was really cool what they did. All right, so up next we have Ken and Trenny, and they are going to talk about.
We are talking about inviting people, and we want to make this easy for you because it's one of the harder things to do is to actually reach out to people and start a conversation with them. But the first thing we do is just say hi to them, basically see if they're we use Facebook Messenger a lot, and we just reach out and say, hey, how's it going? Or we go on their Facebook page and we see what they've been up to, and we'll ask them a question about that. So instead of like trying to bring Beachbody up right away, we actually just try to start the conversation and rebuild it, build the actual relationship.
Right. And one thing that I've been doing actually the past couple of weeks, it seems to be working really well, is I have actually set, like, I try to post 4 times a day, and I have very specific topics that I want to talk about during that day. And so as people are engaging, as they are engaging and liking or leaving comments on those certain posts, I will go back in that evening during my power hour, and I will start a quick conversation with them. You know, I'll private message them and just say, you know, thanks for posting today, or thanks for liking my post, or I saw that, you know, you liked my picture about the girls, or whatever. But that way I know that they're looking at my stuff and they're following me, because they're going out of their way to comment or like my whatever it is that I'm posting. So I know those are the people that are watching me. Those are the people that I need to be engaging with. So that's just something easy. Just, you know, post throughout the day and watch to see who's responding and who's liking, and then make a conscious effort to go back and talk to those people, you know, that evening as well. So.
Yep. One of the things we use is our Facebook list. And here is a list. You can download your whole Facebook friends list. And we go right through the list. And if the person's already a coach or working with the coach, we'll just put coach over there. But if they're not, then if we haven't talked to them in a while, or we don't know who the heck they are, we'll just reach out to them and say hi to them. If they've been friends with us for a while, we'll just go right ahead and say, hey, you've seen our post on Facebook about Beachbody. If I sent you a video on what it does, would you watch it? And you know, it just however you feel. Like if the relationship's already built, jump right in. But if you need to build the relationship, go ahead and build it. But the most important thing is that you're reaching out to a certain number of people a day, because you always have to have new relationships being built, and you have to be inviting people to the challenge groups and to Beachbody coaching.
Right. So we do a minimum of 5 new conversations a day. I mean, some days we'll have time to do more, but it's always 5, no matter what. That's just kind of our given number, and power hour is not over until those 5 new conversations have been started.
Yep. Paul's going to go into the follow-ups, which I think is a little more in detail. So the most important thing is that you're reaching out to new people every day. When you're doing your power hour, whether it's 2, whether it's 5, whether it's 10, it depends how fast you want to build this business. But like Trini said, you're actually reaching out to the people that are commenting on your post, or you're just working a list, whether it's Instagram or it's here, and you're just going through and you're just starting new conversations. You always have to have those new conversations started.
Right. And like Kayla said too, always end with a question. Like I always make sure that I leave a question so that they have to continue on with the conversation, you know, and sometimes they'll continue the conversation and then it will die. Like it's obvious they're done talking to me or whatever, and that's fine. Then you just move on to the next person. But it's just always do some sort of open-ended questions so that the conversation keeps on rolling. And when the time is right, you know, you'll find your in, or you watch for those clues that, you know, they are interested in Beachbody, or they mentioned something about, you know, I saw your post on vitamin C the other day or whatever. So it's just watch to see how they're responding as well.
Yep. I think that's all we got for that, Paul.
It is. Okay, so we're going to actually start some conversations here. So we're going to actually go into social media. You can actually pick up the phone and call someone if you'd like. You can text people, whatever you'd like to do. But we're going to spend 10 minutes here. We're going to actually start some conversations with people, and maybe even insert something about Beachbody or fitness programs or the challenge, the coach opportunity. So here we go. I'll start the timer again, and we are off.
I'm going to add one more thing. When you're going through your power hour, if you invite someone and you start talking to someone and they start responding back right away, don't keep responding back to them. They can take up your whole hour. So what we recommend is that you get your power hour done. So you plan your post, you do your 5 new invites, you do your follow-ups, you return your messages, and what we're going to do today. And then after that, then if you still have time, that's when you go back and start answering the emails and the messages that are coming in. So right now, if you're reaching out to 5 people and they start responding right back right away, make sure you keep working your power hour and you don't get stuck.
All right, all right. There's 10 minutes. How'd everybody do?
Good. It's easy to contact 5 people.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just reach out and see how they're doing. I actually led one into thinking about hammer and chisel, so we'll be sending a third-party tool here probably tomorrow. So awesome. All right. So I guess I'm up next here. Is that right? Yeah, I'm up next. We're going to talk about following up. And to me, this is like a very, very important part of this whole process, because this is where we end up helping people. This is where we actually earn our paycheck with Beachbody. So I'm going to try to do some screen sharing here. So I made a little PowerPoint. Can you guys see that?
No.
It's doing it again. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, let me try it this way here.
We can see your Facebook page.
Yeah, I'm going to try. For some reason, my computer keeps switching my screens on me. All right, well, that work is for naught. Cool. Anyway, let's go on with the follow-up. So the fortune's in the follow-up. You hear that all the time, the fortune's in the follow-up, the fortune's in the follow-up. And you got to follow up with people. If you're inviting, like we teach in our Coach Basics, if you're following Eric Worre's method, you are making sure to set the follow-up appointment before you send the third-party tool out. Right? That's ideally what you should be doing. And if you can, try to schedule that follow-up appointment during your power hour. That'd be the most beneficial thing, right? But if you can't, it doesn't work out, then you have to agree to some mutual time outside of your power hour that works for you. But make sure you set that follow-up appointment before you actually send out the third-party tool. So, Bob, if I sent you this video about hammer and chisel, when do you think you'd be able to watch it? Tuesday at 6? Great. So how about if I give you a call Tuesday around 6:30? Would that work for you? Fantastic. All right, set it up then. That's how you go about doing that. If you haven't been able to set an appointment with them, then I wouldn't let more than 2 days go by without following up with them. And that's how I was originally taught, and never let 2 days go by unless you mutually agree. Like someone tells me, well, I'm going to be out of the country for 4 days. I won't be back in the country until next week. Okay, well then, obviously you got to let more than 2 days go by. But try to keep it 2 days or under when you follow up with them. And when you do follow up with them, this is kind of the way we want the conversation to go. You ask them if you were able to watch the third-party tool that you sent them. They say yes. If they say no, then we go back to square one. We ask, okay, when do you think you'll be able to watch that? And you set the appointment for the follow-up. And that's going to happen. Right? If they say yes, then your next question should be, so tell me what you liked best about what you saw. And the reason you ask it that way is because when you ask them what they liked best, the only thing they can answer is a positive answer. Right? If you just ask them, what do you think? Well, that opens it up to both positive and negative. But if you focus on what they liked best, they'll tell you what they liked best. And then you can continue the conversation based around what they liked best. And you keep it there. Right? So if they told you that they liked the fact that it was 30 minutes, then you talk about time management and how awesome this program is. And yeah, you can get your workout in, knock it out, get done, you get on with the rest of your day. And how sports science has shown that if you're in that 30 to 45-minute range, that's the key range there if you're doing something intense. And beyond that, you're really not helping your body all that much. So you focus on what they liked best. And then you just kind of let the conversation flow from there. Okay. You could also ask something like, what did you connect with? What spoke to you the most? That's exactly the same thing, just a little bit different wording. And after that, then you can take them one of two ways. Some people use the Eric Worre method on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, I'm ready to start right now. Where are you? I never say 1 being, I don't want to do this at all. I always keep it on the positive side. I always just leave it at the 10 point. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, let's get started right now. Where are you? And if they're, I'd say 8, 9, or 10, then you can say, well, then I recommend that we get you started. If they're anything less than that, then you can say, well, what else would you like to know that would help you make the decision to get started? And at that point, you can then get them another third-party tool. Schedule the third-party tool, schedule the follow-up, and repeat the process. And remember, with some people, especially with the coaching opportunity, it might take 5 or 6 different times of seeing a third-party tool, of talking to you, of different exposures to the different elements of being a coach or even the programs before they make a decision. Okay, so if you're not recommending something to them right away, then you're going to send them another third-party tool. And you're just going to keep doing that until they either say, no, I'm done, I don't want to do this, or they say, not right now. Well, then you can set them aside and talk to them at a later date, and maybe even ask them, hey, would you mind if I follow up with you again in a month or two? Maybe the time will be better for you. So they're never really off your list. And a couple of the top coaches actually have a not right now list. They have their contact list people, and then they have a not right now list, a list of people that have said no, and whoever has said no has gone on their not right now list. And they just kind of check in with them every couple months or so, just, hey, how's it going? Just checking in with you type thing. That's also a follow-up. Okay? So that's it. Let's take 10 minutes. Let's follow up with people that we've either sent third-party tools to, or that maybe said no a while back. We're just going to check in with them again, and let's see where this goes. So here we go. About 50 seconds left here. All right, all right. 10 minutes is up. How'd that go? I like everybody's faces are like, "Arr." Focused. I love it. Love it. So how'd that go? Good? Yeah? Hi, Kat's son, looks like. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, we got, I had fought up with a lady who's going to get 21-day fix. It's actually one of our coaches' customers, so that's going to help her out, but hey, that's awesome. And we got another guy that's going to join our 21-day group, and I just sent out a third-party tool. Just, again, just from the follow-up. So this is awesome. Works great. Okay, the next part of the Power Hour is expanding your contact list, right? So Stephanie is going to take us through how she does that and what works great for her, because she's a rock star at this. So take it away, Miss Stephanie.
Okay, I wish I were a rock star. So being a somewhat stay-at-home mom and new to Texas, I did not have any friends here besides my parents. So I definitely needed a way to reach a local customer base where I felt like I knew people personally. And then I also wanted to reconnect with old friends, because on Facebook, I unfriended pretty much everybody because I didn't use Facebook really before doing Beachbody too much. So I needed to expand my friends list by finding new or old friends. So since becoming a mom, and I'm sorry, some of this may not relate to some of you, but I joined a lot of Facebook mom groups, which you can do for anybody, as a dad, as a single parent, like, or Paul, who has activities outside of his job or Beachbody. But I just looked for groups that caught my attention or related to me. So, for example, one of my groups that I get a lot of comments on or engagement is a baby-led weaning group. So I looked into something that I had no idea what it was, but I knew I kind of wanted to learn more about it and relate it to how I wanted to bring up my kids. And so anyways, what I do to get new friends is I at least try to post in these groups, whether it's a breastfeeding group, baby-led weaning, twins mom, fitness moms. I try to post on there a few times throughout the week, whether it's one post in each group. I'll take a picture of what we're eating that day. I love to ask questions because that's when I get the most comments on those questions. So, I want to start learning how to potty train my boys. So I'll go onto a mom group and I'll ask questions on what's your best suggestions for this, or this is a cool new healthy food that my boys love, because moms are always looking for a non-fast food meal for their kids, or they don't want their kids to eat chips and cookies all day. So I love to give those suggestions, because then moms start to tag me in other posts because they find that the content I'm putting out is super helpful. And that's how I start to get more followers on my pages. and how I get more comments or personal messages. I get a lot of questions on things, even though I'm not an expert. I don't feel in anything nutrition. I just try to do the best that I can. But anyway, so I try to add anybody who likes my pictures or makes a comment. I will add them as a friend right away. And then I'll go back throughout the week and I'll send them a little message and I'll just say, hey, thanks for liking my picture of my yogurt that I fed my boys today. You know, what's your favorite yogurt? So then that keeps our friendship going. And then ways that I bring in the Beachbody lingo or invite them to groups is I'll just say, gosh, I just got done finishing my workout. I'm sorry I haven't responded to your question, or I'm sorry that it's taken me, you know, a day or two to message you back. I'm doing a really great program. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, I've watched your page for a few days. Tell me more about it. So that's the way I bring up what I'm doing, but not necessarily coming out and saying anything specific. Another way I've been adding new friends is, I think Paul, you posted this as well, Megan Wazinski's Pinterest and Facebook, I don't know, training webinar that she put up. But I was having trouble, besides doing my groups that I am in specifically, I wanted to reach out to other people. So I did, in the search bar, I put in friends of friends that, and then you put in a specific topic. So I did find friends of friends that like Gymboree, or find friends of friends that like Fabletics. And that, you know, gave me a handful of people that live in my area or in my town or zip code or whatever that are friends of my friends. And then I just sent them a random message that just said, I know this may be super random, but I saw that we had friends in common, and I named their names. And I said, I just want to find other moms who have similar interests. Would you mind me adding you as a friend? And then that's, you know, some of them obviously don't message me back. But, you know, out of the, you know, maybe 30 people that I did over the past week, I've gotten maybe 5 people that said, hey, you know, I think that'd be cool. And then we started just a simple conversation, where you live, how long you've lived in Texas, so and so. So those are the 2 new things I've been doing. And then to get old friends back into my friends list, such as high school friends. And you know how Facebook says, you know, suggested friends. I'll just scroll through that really quickly, because most of my high school girlfriends are now married. So trying to recognize their last names, obviously I don't know. And they don't look like their high school pictures, most of them. So I can narrow it down by high school or city that we grew up in. But that's given me a lot of new friends that I've missed out on for, you know, the past 10 years because I've unfriended them. So a lot of my new conversations are just rekindling old friendships. So I hope all those little tips help.
That's awesome. I didn't know you could do that, type friends of friends that, and then, okay, so for the next 10 minutes, guess what I'm going to be doing? Friends of friends that hate cats.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 10 minutes. Let's add some people to our contact list. Hey, Stephanie, real quick again, where do you type that friends of friends that like?
Up in the search bar, friends of friends.
Hey, Paul, you can't use like that. Hey, cats. You have to use something that has a like page, like Gymboree or
Right.
21. Okay.
Yeah. But is it worded a certain way, or is it just friends of friends that like, and then?
I know it has to say friends of friends that. It can't say friends of friends who. That was the only thing specific. I'm just typing something in right now to see what happens. Friends of friends that like.
By the way, they're very well might be like a hate cats page out there.
Yeah. Oh. And then when you press friends of friends that like, then click people.
Friends of friends that like.
And then put in whatever you're searching for, that like.
All right, so I'm going to say
Shoes or something.
friends of friends that like boats.
Yeah, and then click people.
Click. Where do you see the people part?
See where it says, like right below the search bar, it says top, latest, people, photos,
Oh,
videos.
okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to put that.
Okay.
Sometimes I can't get any search results, so I've had to like play around with like different suggestions or groups or whatnot.
Put friends of friends that like cats, and the first three people that come up are Beachbody coaches.
Hey guys, so this video is a little different than the last two that we've
Hey, Stephanie, it's Jen. Sorry. So once you find some new people, do you send a friend request first, or do you send a message and say, oh, I noticed that we have mutual friends?
I do both. I send the friend request and then I send them a message in one transaction. I'll tell you exactly what I said. I just posted the Meg Wazinski's YouTube training video on the Goal Crushers page so you guys can see. And I just copied her wording word for word. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, friend request and then message right away.
Okay, thanks.
Here's a friend, Heidi. Yeah, I just said, like, for example, this was one of them. I put, hey, Heidi, I know this is random, but I saw we had a few friends in common like Julie and Emily, and I'm trying to find more moms in our area I can connect with. I hope you don't mind me adding you. And yeah, and then we had a few conversations in which I need to follow up with her. She also did or gave a few good tips on Pinterest. I tried that because I wanted to do something other than Instagram because I have not taught myself how to use Instagram yet. That'll be my next thing, but I love Pinterest. I actually haven't been using Pinterest at all, but her training on it seemed super easy and I thought I would get a lot of comments back, but I haven't gotten one yet. But her big shout out was that you should pay the $1 to push your message into their inbox. Otherwise, if you aren't a friend of theirs and they don't accept your friend request, your message will go to their other folder in their message inbox. So they may never see it, which I never knew that. And I went and I saw that I had a whole bunch of messages from just random people or groups from back in pharmacy school that I never saw. So I didn't know you even had an other folder in Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the other folder. And you should check yours from time to time too, because you never know if someone has sent you a message. So you have to check and see. There might be someone in there that is, legitimately looking for some help from you, something like that. So, okay, so we've gone through a majority of our power hour, and Tony's going to take us home here with just the kind of the basic things that we need to do every day here. And we won't actually take the 10 minutes to do that once he's done with the training. We'll just kind of wrap up the call as soon as he's done, and you guys can do this on your own. But Tony, take it away, and you should probably be able to screen share too if you want.
Okay, we'll see if that works. All right, guys, I know we've been on this for a while, so I'm not going to go super long with this. But what I'm going to talk about in number one is with our challenge groups, doing our check-ins. I do this. I have two regiments that I do. One is since I'm up early in the morning. First thing I do, after I do some of my personal development stuff, so I will go into the group. If I have a message I'm going to post, either, I want to share, whatever, the tip for the day or the message for the day, or I'm updating whatever it is, I will do that in the morning. I try to reserve a lot of the interaction unless I really have some time during the day. I say that later for the end of my power hour. Then I will go through, answer questions, like on posts, comment on something. If I see somebody is struggling with something, then I'll be more apt to jump in sooner in the day. But I try to reserve that for, the bookends of the day, if that makes sense to everybody. Yes, no, yep, okay. All right. The other thing that I wanted to cover real quick, which is important, is going through our Coach Online office. And I'm going to see if I can do the screen share and just point this stuff out. Let's see. All right, maybe not. It's not showing me, or I'm missing the icon. All right, I'll describe it, and then if anybody has any questions about it, you can. Hold on, I think Paul was telling me. Okay, all right. Okay, cool. So if everybody can see this. So one of the first things that I will do is I will scroll down and I will look under my alerts. And right. Okay. Yeah, I forget that you guys can't see my mouse moving. So I will look under my alerts. And if you guys aren't familiar with this, it'll let you know how many coaches are in your organization, either that you signed or others have signed. You're giving me the thumbs down. Okay. All right. One of the important things to do there is where it says, all right, so these are, if you click on that, these are all the new coaches that were signed up, either, by you or people that are in your league. So your coaches of coaches. So you'll be able to see where they're at and who their sponsor is. Okay. So you'll be able to see that. All right. So we can go back out of that. Okay. The next important one is where it says coaches projected to be inactive. You definitely want to keep an eye on that because that can definitely affect your rank. So if you may have people in there that have been inactive, and that's fine. If you recognize that number has changed, because you never know who can bounce in and out of being active and inactive. So the number can stay the same, but your people can change. So that's an important one to go through so that, especially as you're approaching Thursday, you have a heads up as what's going to happen. Okay. Going down to new customers. So those of you that are Emerald or higher and have made Success Club, I hope you know that Beachbody will give you free customer leads. You definitely want to go in there and check that out. So you will see, obviously, the name of the person. You'll see their join date. This, like, for example, here, this person here has placed themselves on the do not contact list. So you're kind of SOL on that one. There's not much you can do. But for those that you have contact information, you definitely want to reach out to them. So you have their email address. You see where they came from. If you scroll across, Paul, if you're able to scroll across. Okay, you'll be able to see, like here, these were club members. And then you'll also see where they have a contact phone number. So first thing that I was taught to do is to send a text message. You'll either get a response or you won't. I don't give it any more than about 2 days if I haven't heard from them, and then I reach back out. I will either do this either through a phone call or I will send an email. I have an email that is set up. I have a video that I recorded of myself basically doing like a welcome, and I will send that. That sometimes will generate a little bit more interaction. If I still don't hear anything within 2 days, 3 at tops, I'm sending another follow-up. I will actually keep this up until I keep it up, really. I'm not going to say it until, but I keep it going. Eventually, sometimes they'll either write back and say, stop contacting me, or sorry, I haven't gotten back to you. You know, what do you want? Then we'll kind of go from there, and we'll set up the initial contact and go through a phone call. What else do I have on here? Oh, if we scroll up to the top of the page, okay, you see where it says Coach Breaking News. You guys should definitely be checking this out. This is where a lot of the announcements are coming from. So everything from new programs, product releases. So you can see here, hammer and chisel. Yeah, training tips, which is important. Update on the warehouse transition. I was affected by that. I don't know if anybody else was. Reminders for the National Wake Up Call. Your contest with Success Club. So there's all kinds of stuff in there. If you think you missed something, you've got the View Archive tab. You can click on that, and that'll take you to a whole nother page with all kinds of links that you can go through, and you can check out your archives. What else did I have on here really quick? Oh, yes. So if we go under the My Business tab and you go to My Downline and go to the sponsorship drill down, this will show you everybody in your organization. Okay. So if you see, you'll see here, there you go. So you'll see here everybody that's in your organization, and when you expand your levels, like when you saw the pluses next to people's names, that will drill down then into their organization. So that's important not only when you're checking for yourself to see who may be active or inactive, yes, which I've contacted. You can also check on your downlines so that you can see, you know, if they don't have, if they're just starting to build their organization and they only have, say, 3 coaches or 4 coaches, and you see somebody's going inactive, you know that that can possibly affect them as well, which in the long term affects you and everybody else. So it's a good way to be proactive. We'll use one of my coaches down here, so you can see Tina. She's listed in red. So we have until Thursday to figure out what's going on with her. If we don't get this straightened out, then she will go to inactive status. I see that there was a return on hers, so I'm waiting to hear to find out what's going on, and we'll just kind of leave it at that. But so those are things that you definitely want to be looking at. I'm trying to think what that was most of my bullet points there. One other area while we're on here before I turn it back to Paul is you were able to see all the way at the end your success tab. If you guys haven't gone into that, and I'll admit I don't go into it as much as I should, but there is all kinds of free material that's in there, from videos to articles to audios, all sorts of training, and it's stuff that's all geared specifically towards us. So that's a brief overview of your Coach Online office.
Awesome. And then you check in with your challenge groups. Okay, just check in with that. You know, that's kind of that part of the Power Hour. Checking your back office, and then checking in with your challengers, checking with the team, seeing what else is up there. So awesome. I want to point out something that Tony was talking about with the active and inactive status. If you're a coach and you're on Shakeology Home Direct, you have something that's called active status guarantee. And if you have a return that does not exceed 90 PV on your account, let's say you have a customer that returns 90 PV, well, if you're just using Shakeology, which is worth 90, and there's a return of 90, that's 0 PV, right? That would make you inactive for the month. With that guarantee, you're allowed to stay active even though if you had a return. This will be automatic in the future, hopefully next year. But it's not automatic right now. So you as the coach, you have to check your volume. If you have to check to see if there's any returns, and then you got to call or message coach relations and say, I want active status guarantee. Hopefully your upline will help you catch that if you don't catch it yourself, but just want to let you know that that's available to you. So, all right, that's our live power hour. I don't know how you guys did, but I sold a challenge pack. So, and Kristen did too. All right, that's awesome. This is so cool. So imagine if we did this, condensed it down without the training, and we did this every day. We just had this focused activity for an hour every day. What would that do for your business? Would it help you out? And maybe you do a power hour in the morning, and you do a power hour at night too. If you're kind of lucky like me, where I have a bunch of days off in a row, why not? So that's basically our power hour. We're adding new contacts. We're following up with people we've already sent third-party tools to. We're inviting people to challenge groups, to coach open house, and things like that. And then we're checking in. We're checking in with our groups, checking in the back office, checking in the team pages, and we're constantly adding new contacts. So that's a power hour in a nutshell. So does anybody have any questions or want to add anything? Awesome. Well,
hey, Paul, is this going to be replayed or recorded at all?
It was recorded, so you'll be able to see this. Yeah, I'm assuming you were on duty, so
yeah, I am. Thanks.
Got a call and stuff. Yeah, but so this is the last time we'll meet before Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to you and all of your families, and congratulations to Stephanie. We haven't had a chance to. Congratulations to the Owens family. That's awesome. It's really cool. Really cool. We're gonna have another goal crusher.
Yeah.
Yay. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we've got another team call next Sunday. We'll let you know what that's all about, and invite, please, the rest of your teams to join us here so they can get trained up and we can go out there and let's finish this strong. Let's help some people with the post Thanksgiving, pre-Christmas stuff, and then, man, hammer chisel. We're gonna hit that hard. So awesome! I can't wait to start that program. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm really, really thankful that you got on the call tonight, and mostly I'm just thankful that we're all in this together and we're helping each other out. So thanks for being part of the team, and we'll see you next week probably. So have a good night, everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.